Ride. Welcome back to the channel. First of all, a huge thank you to everybody who tuned into my first live video we did last week. That was the X-Way Wave giveaway. We had a massive response. We had about 200 people watching at one stage, and even once the prize had been drawn, we had over 100 people hang around and just have a really cool chat, talk about a lot of Eastskate content, boards, wheels, batteries, grip tape, everything like that. So a huge thank you. Today, we're looking at the LYCAON TRX, or otherwise known as the LYCAON TRX. You can call it whatever you want. I call it a TRX. It just sounds cool, reminds me of the Terminator.
Come with me if you want to live.
We're going to be going for a first ride and impressions. Now, I've been riding this board since Saturday. Today's Thursday, so I've got a really good feeling for it. And I've got to say, I am really enjoying the carbon fiber deck. Really enjoying the 120mm cloud wheels. The Hobbywing motors are very nice, smooth, and really good power. But I'll show you all that when we go. Now, the first thing before we even take off, I want to show you a size comparison, because I've had a couple of people comment saying, is this board going to be big enough? So I'm going to chuck a photo here, and here you can see the size comparison of the TRX versus the Varial RS versus the X-Way Flex versus the X-Way Wave. And you can see there that the TRX is a lot bigger. The next point I want to show you is the width of the deck on the TRX. I'll show you another photo here of my foot. Now I'm a size 11 US, and you can see my foot comfortably fits on that board. It comes with two different grip tapes, as I mentioned in my unbox video on the live. You have the standard grip tape, which covers the battery enclosure, and then you have the wider one, which goes right to the edge of the board, and that's also padded. Now it's a really nice thick, about 3mm I think, and it's got a really nice stiff rebound and really nice grip. So you've got the two grips to choose from in the box. Not much more we need to say. Let's go for a ride. I'll grab the helmet and we'll see you out there. Something I did forget to mention. I have started a Patreon page just to help fund this channel, you know, with music and accessories and cameras and microphones and so on. And to my, I don't even know what the word is, my astonishment, I've already got some amazing patrons on board, including one corporate sponsor. So a huge thank you. I'm going to put their names over here during the video. We've already had some cool discussions. They actually helped me choose which board I was going to review today. So I had to ask them between this or the ET from Ecmobile. If you're interested in supporting, the link will be down below. There's two very basic tiers, and what you get for each tier is all listed. So huge thank you to those guys so far. Let's go ride. We're going to start off in low mode because this board actually has some pretty good power in low mode, unlike some of the other ones. So we're in low mode right now, going up a slight hill, and we're sitting on 24 kilometers per hour. And that's on a slight gradient. So that's already pretty cool. So we're in second speed mode now, and we're sitting on 31. Now I have already tested this speedo with my app, and it's very accurate. So within about half a kilometer. So I don't need to keep pulling out my app to confirm. So we're going to do a separate video as always for the range, just because I like to get a nice accurate feel for it. Now these trucks are custom made. These are not off-the-shelf trucks. Let me show you them really quickly. So you can see there, these have all been designed in-house. Same with the deck. This is not an off-the-shelf part. They actually designed this, 3D printed it, checked it, tested it, and then had the mold made for the carbon fiber. So again, it's all custom by LYCAON, which is really cool. And these things are tested, so it's an aero grade carbon fiber. So it's gonna hold, well, they say 200 kilos, but I think it will hold a lot more than that. And having that really nice wide, let me show you the foot stance really quickly. The foot stance on that is so wide, I almost don't use the whole board. It's really comfortable. And those drop downs lock your feet in. Okay, now let's talk about probably the most important thing on this board, the battery. It consists of two 1700 cells in a 12S 3P configuration. So designed for a really nice clean top speed, and it's 43.2 volts and 518.4 watt hours. So they predict some pretty good range. As always, we will fully test that against my body weight, because you need to see a real world test. I know these guys do test it with they actually test these boards with different rider weights and take the average. So I've seen their test. They don't just get a 55 kilo person. They actually get up to, I think, a 85 or even a 90 kilo rider to test the range. And then they take the average and they look at different gradients and everything. So their range will be fairly accurate, but again, we'll do a real world test very soon. Okay, the next thing we want to talk about are the wheel options on this. So this board comes right now with 2 wheel options. It comes with the Cloud Wheel 105Ds and the Cloud Wheel 120Ds. So both of these options are available right now, but they will be changing those options very soon. Well, not changing, adding to, sorry. They will be adding on a 97mm and also adding on a all-terrain pneumatic tire, I believe. But that's all to be confirmed still. But I believe it is coming very, very soon. This board is retailing for $999 USD. I obviously have a discount code for them, not an affiliate code, as always. $70 off. I'll put the code in the description below. But it's just Scott D, all caps, will give you $70 US off. All right, now let's go into high mode, see how this thing performs. As I mentioned, high mode, there is one above high mode, which is pro mode, which has more acceleration and a higher top speed. Whoa, this thing is fast. Okay, 37 kilometers per hour there. Gotta slow down, there's a few dogs coming up. A few people on bikes, surfers. Super windy today. This is probably all over the microphone. If it is, I apologize. Now I'm cruising along these cobblestones. As you can see, I'll slow down just so you can have a good look at them. Cruising along on these cobblestones with these 120 Cloud wheels, no issues whatsoever. Nice and smooth, very little road noise compared to the old Cloud wheels as well. Need to mention that. So far, really nice. Again, you can see that foot placement. No issues there whatsoever with the size. Again, size 11 US. Not the biggest foot, but not the smallest foot either. And the tub really holds your feet in nicely. You can use your toes and your heels and your weight to just carve it beautifully. All right, we are going to my favorite little hill in Manly to test the hill climbability. It's not super steep, but it certainly separates the men from the boys, or the shit from the good. So we'll go there. We always do a standing start on the slope, and if we can get over about 22, we're doing pretty good. All right, here we go. From a standstill on a hill. There we go, start. Very steep to start with, 5, 6. Hopefully you can see that, might be a bit bright. Okay, it's accelerating very nicely. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, there we go. So good power. I'll just turn around and show that hill. So you can see it is really steep to start with. And this thing got up there without too much of a problem, which is a great little sign for those motors and obviously the ESC. All right, let's go for a cruise now. I want to talk about this board at the very end. I love everything about it. There's one thing I want to see fixed or corrected, and I know they can do it. And I'll share what it is very, very soon. It's not a deal breaker. This is just I guess an opinion for me, or a feeling coming from some of the other boards, but I'll share that very soon. All right, here is an even steeper hill, and we are 26 kilometers per hour. Very nicely. turn around and show you it. It's got a decent bit of grading on that. That is not bad, 27. That is not bad for a two-wheel drive board. I should mention my weight today is 100 kilos with camera. So 100 kilos going up that hill just then at 27 kilometers per hour is nothing to sneeze at. If you were average rider weight, you would fly up there, I would assume. All right, so let's talk about everything that's good about this board. Fantastic length, 40 inches is just the sweet spot for a longboard. The wheel options I really, really like. The fact that it comes with the 120s or the 105s and soon to be other options. The Hobbywing motors, Hobbywing just know what they're doing. When it comes to ESCs, electronic speed controllers, motors, they just work, which is really great. These trucks are beautiful to carve on. Some of the nicest double kingpin trucks. They come with 100A durometer bushings. So if you're a very, very light person, you may need to swap those out. I haven't touched these at all. They're nice and tight, but are still a really clean, corrective carve, which is what I really like. Nice ground clearance, awesome matte finish, nice sound, not that loud for a belt drive. There are two things which I would, and again, these are not game changers, these are not deal breakers at all. The two things I would change or I would like to see changed is one is the braking, and that is almost standard. That's a very standard complaint for almost all Hobbywing. And the other thing is the belts are a little bit narrow. Now, that doesn't affect the ride at all. I've had no issues with the belts, but I just feel the narrower the belts, the quicker they're gonna wear. And these are about 10 mil looking at them, just at a rough guess. And I guess I'm used to seeing on a board this size with this much power, I'm used to seeing about a 15 millimeter belt, if not bigger. Everything else, massive, massive thumbs up. Yeah. These guys have hit the ball out of the park for this one. You know, they've followed up from their G and their GR board, and they've really upped their quality, upped their everything about this board. So guys, let's go try a little bit of a top speed test. We've already hit over 40 today. Let's go and see if we can track it with the app, and we'll see how we go. Now, I don't have my Nobelman Tech protective gear on, so I'm not going to go super fast, but we'll definitely do the full top speed test in the next video. All right, let's ride. All right, guys, we're going to do a quick run in pro mode. I'm not going to get the top speed today. I just want to give you a show of how fast this thing can actually be. Now, this is at the end of the ride, so we're on probably about 60% battery. I'll put the app in the corner. Wow, that's 45k an hour right there, I think. That is fast. This thing it's got a very, very high top end speed. As I mentioned in my unboxing, they removed the limiter. So this thing will go as fast as the ESC motors will allow it. On a slight uphill here. All right, now just FYI, that wasn't full acceleration. We definitely had more to give. Just angle you correctly, there we go. Now, let's have a look at that top speed really quickly. Okay, so max was, 45.3. Woo, that is fast. All right guys, so let's wrap up the video there for the first ride. As I mentioned at the very beginning, I knew I was gonna love it because I've already been riding it for a couple of days. Awesome board, $999, use Scott D for $70 off. The brakes, you get used to them. Once you know they're a little bit soft, you can preempt that. So as I said, it's not a deal breaker at all, especially for that price and for the performance you get. And the faster you go, the stronger they are. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget, wear a helmet, skate safe, and we will see you in the next video.